At Timbersled, we're all dirt bikers, and most of us have kids. Now, there are few things that compare with seeing your son or daughter take off on a dirt bike and really enjoy it. The Ripper lets them enjoy their 110 in the winter as well. The Timbersled Ripper is a system that lets you quickly convert the 110cc Honda, Yamaha, and Kawasaki dirt bikes from dirt to snow. The quick bolt-on universal front end uses our lightweight spindle and the stable gripper ski. In the rear, the Ripper bolts on quick and easy and comes with our pre-bled brake system for a no-mess install. The Ripper is even adjustable in height by 2.5 inches, so it can grow as your rider does. The rear suspension is a long travel dual torque arm design with a full 8 inches of plush motion that uses the high performance shock right out of the full-size Timbersled systems. The Ripper 93's low friction rails and bogey wheels have been retimed for efficiency, and the new lightweight aero-inspired Ripper track uses our proven deep lug paddle configuration to maximize traction and track speed for the little 110s. And you don't have to worry about melting Hyfax or running scratchers. They aren't needed. Now let's set performance expectations. My dream expectation was to be able to have my boys follow me through the trees and back up into some of our upper basins. That's a pretty tall order for a little bike. So how does it really perform? To find out, I put 2 of my own boys on the Ripper 93s several different times in varying conditions. Let me share the photos and videos I took, and you be the judge. Now, our first ride was all trails. With 2 young boys, both on Ripper 93s, I wasn't sure how long they'd last or what to expect, especially once we got to the trailhead and I saw the conditions. But we were all pleasantly surprised, and my boys had a blast. The gripper ski is stable and works well and kept everyone upright, even in some frozen rutted sections. The rear suspension really is the star. It was cool to watch it soak up the cross-trail ruts and bumps that the boys didn't see. They lasted several hours, and we really only came back because I was worried about them being low on fuel and snacks. Now, our next ride was a short trail section, then all off-trail testing. I wanted to know if they could follow me off through the woods. Well, it turns out they didn't want to follow me at all. All they wanted to do was rip their own lines through the trees while I took pictures. That was pretty cool to see. Now that I knew how backcountry capable the Ripper 93s were, we decided to push them to the extreme and do an overnight snow adventure way back up in one of our high elevation lake basins. This meant full packs and overnight gear for all 3 of us, with a 7-mile trail ride and 3 miles of off-camber climbing through the trees. The snow had a good base, and there was about 8 to 10 inches of fresh powder up high. Even the pictures and footage can't say it all. I honestly couldn't believe that they made a few of the climbs that they did, especially with their packs on. Sure, we had a few stucks, but with excellent parental supervision, they both made it to the lake. We dug in, built a fire, and crawled into cold sleeping bags with bellies full of hot chocolate. The next day was sunny and epic. We left our camp and side-hilled up into the next basin, and the boys followed me into each zone before tracking it up while I took pictures and video. They pushed the limits and learned how to pick lines, carve turns, and how to get unstuck. And they also burned every drop of extra fuel I'd brought in. We packed up camp and headed out through the trees on the long ridgeline back to the trail, and made it to the truck with both bikes on fumes and huge grins under our helmets. After having thoroughly tested the Ripper 93, I can also tell you what it's not. It's not a hill slayer on a bottomless powder day, but it will surprise you. It's not a 40-mile-an-hour trail sled. It'll cruise comfortably at 20 to 25 miles an hour in 3rd or 4th gear, depending on rider size. Now, it can go faster, fast enough that I had to remind my boys to ride within their limits more than once. And off trail, my boys spent about 90% of their time in 2nd gear. So did the little 110s with the Ripper 93s meet my expectations? Definitely. We all had grins for days, and it still makes me grin. These little Rippers will create proud dads and moms and proud grandparents all over the world. So see your local Timbersled dealer or timbersled.com for more information on the Timbersled Rippers.